Yeah! YouTube, what up? Welcome to another edition of Wrestling with Watts, and I'm Watts. Let me talk to you. Uh, Not natural, but we're getting there. But let me talk to y'all real quick, real spill. I want to talk to y'all about Roman Reigns. Now, I love Roman Reigns. I rock with Roman Reigns. He's been nothing short of a needle mover for the last 5 to 6 years. I'll be real with you. He found his stride with the tribal chief gimmick, with the bloodline gimmick, now with the OTC gimmick. But there's one thing. There's one thing that we failed to catch here. And if you hear my AC, I totally apologize. But it's 90 degrees in New York City, and I'm just not about to sit here and do that. I'll sacrifice a lot for y'all, but I'm not about to just sit here and burn up. So, the one thing that they forgot about is the fact that when Roman Reigns is not here, what the hell are you going to do? You got to prepare for a rainy day. You got to prepare for the fact that Roman Reigns will not be here to save you guys forever. Look at how those 3 minutes that Roman Reigns was on screen, look at how drastically the energy in the arena changed. Now, don't get me wrong, CM Punk did his thing. Jey Uso did his thing. There's guys that are able to put asses in seats, but you can't rely on the CM Punks. You can't rely on the John Cenas. You can't rely on these guys to be here forever. You gotta put some younger guys in the forefront. And you can do it slowly but surely for sure, but it's looking like we don't have a lot of time because the roster's damn near bare bones. You have Cody Rhodes on SmackDown, but there's a lot of people that's saying that Cody Rhodes is not the needle mover that they was trying to make him out to be. And whether that's true or not, there's ways to make people care about Cody Rhodes. There's ways to make people care about John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. They just have to take it to another level. They also have to be allowed to take it to another level. But there's also a lot of other capable superstars on the roster. You can't just keep recycling the Cody Rhodes, the John Cena, Jey Uso, CM Punks. We also are experiencing a little more bare bones when it comes to the roster because we're not going to see Seth Rollins for a while. We're not going to see Seth Rollins for a good 5 to 6 months, maybe more. Hopefully it's not more than that because I hate seeing a superstar that's carrying the business or just any athlete go down with an injury as serious as what they're saying it might be. I'm not going to speak that into the universe at all. But you have to prepare for situations like this, and the only way you prepare for situations like this is by making sure that your mid-card guys are ready to step up and become main eventers. You got to make sure that you got guys in the locker room that are willing to take that opportunity and step up, because the guys that they're putting in the forefront to sell these tickets, they're not going to be here in 5 years. Contrary to popular belief, these guys will not be here. You're going to be relying on the Braun Breakers of the world. You're going to be relying on the Carmelo Hayeses, the Trick Williams, the Tiffany Strattons. They've been doing a good job with showcasing some of these guys, but there's a lot of people that they're not allowing to live up to their full potential. And I do believe that that's mainly because they don't want those guys to outshine who they really want to be the guy. I wholeheartedly believe that. That's been a thing even in the Vince McMahon era. There's guys that were better than John Cena. There was guys that were better than Edge that didn't get those opportunities because Vince McMahon and creative and the higher ups didn't want these guys outshining the guys that they're putting in forefront. That's just the nature of the business. But you got to make sure that these guys are ready to go when the time comes, because there's no more, and excuse me, I live in New York City. You're going to hear horns and stuff like that. I live on a busy street, but that's neither here nor there. What I wanted to say before I was rudely interrupted is that at the end of the day, you're going to have to make sure that your guys are ready to go. When you don't have these house shows and you're just not pushing, and you're not pushing these guys to wrestle every week, You're not giving these guys an opportunity to showcase and hone their skills. They're not going to be able to carry the company the way that you want them to carry the company. They're not going to be able to run around here and sell tickets. They're not going to be able to keep the crowd engaged, because all of these things are lost art, because WWE are low-key greedy, so they want people to come to only PLEs and actual shows. They don't want to do the house shows anymore on the small market states. They don't want to go to small market states. They want to go to the big market states so that they can drain the city out for all of its currency and all of its money. Like Cody Rhodes, he was trying to be political, but he was basically saying they take the show on the road and they take the show to whoever wants to see it. But basically what he meant by that is that they go where the money goes. So if Saudi Arabia is offering them $100 million per show or more per show, they're going to be in Saudi Arabia at least 5 times a year. They're going to be in Vegas 3 times a year. Things of this magnitude. But my point is, they've got to start giving other guys opportunities so that when that time comes where they're going to have to show and prove, they'll be ready to show and prove and they won't just fall on their face. Kofi Mania was not a coincidence. That happened because Kofi Kingston made sure that he was good enough to carry that torch for as long as he carried it. He spent years honing his skills and getting better. He wouldn't have gotten to that point if he wasn't at house shows, constantly cutting promos, constantly having matches, making sure that he's ready so that he doesn't have to get ready. So I'll just leave that here and I'll end with that. And I'll just say they can't keep relying on Roman Reigns, man. They can't keep relying on these older guys that's going to be out of the company within the next 5 years and retired. That's something to think about. But, yo, ladies and gentlemen, I am out. I appreciate y'all. Peace.